Welcome to another episode of Sweet Spots. On today's video, we find ourselves in Gulf Shores, Alabama. We'll be checking into a brand new Embassy Suites and taking a full tour. At the end, we'll head over to the beach and we'll wrap this video up with our review of the entire property. We start this tour on the outside, and as we pulled up, the first thing we noticed was the property still looked like it was in the final stages of construction. Crews were outside putting the finishing touches on the building, so while the hotel was open and operating, it didn't quite have that polished, grand opening feel just yet. Now, let's talk about the arrival experience, because this was probably our biggest disappointment. Unlike most Embassy Suites, there isn't a self-parking option here. Your only choice is valet parking, and it's handled by a third-party company instead of the hotel itself. Whether you like using valet or not, it would have been nice to have the option to park your own vehicle, especially if you're coming and going throughout the day or traveling with a lot of beach gear. Unfortunately, that wasn't the only inconvenience we ran into before even checking in. After unloading our luggage, we realized you actually have to carry everything up a set of stairs just to get into the hotel. If you've got multiple suitcases, a stroller, or just packed a little heavier than usual, it's definitely not the smooth arrival you'd expect from a brand new property. We couldn't help but think there should be a more accessible way to enter the hotel with your bags. Now, first impressions are important, but they don't tell the whole story. So with check-in ahead of us, let's head inside, explore the lobby, check out the amenities, tour the room, and find out if the rest of the Embassy Suites experience makes up for a less than ideal arrival. Here we are in one of our favorite areas of the hotel, the open-air patio overlooking the beach. This space is a great spot to relax with a morning coffee or wind down in the evening. From here, you get beautiful views of the Gulf, and you can also overlook the park directly across the street. It gives the hotel a nice, open feel instead of feeling boxed in by their buildings. Now, one thing to point out is that this isn't a true beachfront hotel. Even though you're incredibly close to the water, you do have to cross the street to actually get to the beach. We were a little skeptical about this at first and thought it might end up being a hassle, but after making the walk a few times during our stay, it honestly wasn't bad at all. The crossing was easy, the beach was just a couple minutes away, and it never felt like it took away from the experience. As we make our way back inside, we'll check out some of the hotel's amenities. Embassy Suites has a large convention and event center, making this a solid option not only for vacationers, but also business travelers, conferences, and other large gatherings. The meeting spaces were modern, spacious, and definitely one of the standout features of the property. Just down the hall is a fitness center, and just like the rest of the hotel, everything is brand new and spotless. There's a nice selection of cardio equipment, free weights, and strength training machines. More than enough for guests looking to keep up with their workouts while on vacation. As we make our way outside of level 2, you'll find the pool, and being elevated gives it a unique perspective, and from up here you can catch some really nice views while you're relaxing. The pool itself looks great. It's clean, modern, and fits the overall design of this brand new property. But after spending some time here, we felt it was one of the biggest weaknesses of the hotel. For a resort-style Embassy Suites in a destination like Gulf Shores, the pool was simply too small. During the stay, there were lots of families trying to enjoy the space, and it didn't take long before it started feeling crowded. finding a chair wasn't always easy, and there just wasn't much room to spread out. If you're hoping to spend an entire day lounging by the pool, this probably isn't going to be the highlight of your stay. Fortunately, the area isn't just about the pool. On the opposite side, you'll find Soundwave, the hotel's outdoor food and beverage area. This ended up being a really nice place to hang out. You can grab a bite to eat, order a drink, catch a game on the outdoor TV, or challenge your friends and family to a game of cornhole. It gives the whole deck a fun, laid-back beach atmosphere and adds a lot more to the space. One more feature we really appreciated was the private beach access. An elevator on this level takes you down to street level, and you can use your room key to access it. From here, it's just a short walk across the street before your feet are in the sand. While we originally thought crossing the road would be a drawback, it ended up being quick, easy, and never really took away from the overall beach experience. Now it's time for what most people are here to see, the room. We took the elevator up to the 3rd floor where our Gulf View suite was waiting for us. We'll start in the bathroom, and there were a couple of small things that stood out. The shower door had actually been installed backwards, so it opened in the wrong direction. It wasn't a major issue, and I actually fixed it while we were there. We also noticed the wall-mounted soap dispenser had already come loose from the wall. Considering this hotel had only recently opened, those were a little surprising to see. That said, these were all fairly minor issues. Nothing here affected our stay in a meaningful way, and they're the kind of things you'd expect the hotel to iron out as they continue settling into daily operations. Stepping into the main part of the suite, we really like the overall layout. The bedroom features a comfortable king bed, and instead of being one large open room, a sliding barn door separates the bedroom from the living area. That extra separation gives the suite a little more privacy, especially if someone is sleeping on the pull-out sofa in the living room. The living area itself is spacious and includes a sofa that converts into a bed, making this a great option for families or anyone traveling with extra guests. Between the separate sleeping spaces and the extra room to spread out, it definitely feels like a step up from your standard hotel room. The suite also includes a small private balcony overlooking both the Gulf Coast and the pool deck. The Gulf views are definitely a nice bonus, but the balcony itself felt a little awkward to use. Since the pool is located directly below on the 2nd floor, you're almost right on top of everyone swimming and relaxing. It honestly felt like you could almost reach out and touch the pool area from the balcony, which takes away some of the privacy you'd normally expect when stepping outside to enjoy the view. Even so, having fresh Gulf air and at least a partial beach view is still a nice perk, and it's something many guests will appreciate during their stay. And speaking of the beach, it's time we head across the street and get a better view. And my kids are begging me to get in that water. So let's head over there. Now, to bring it all home, we're standing right here on the beach, and this is really the best part of the entire stay. The waves are crashing, the kids are running in and out of the water, and it's easy to see why Gulf Shores is such a popular family destination. Looking back at the hotel, this is the Embassy Suites by Hilton Gulf Shores Beach Resort, a very new property having opened in July of 25. And it features around 250 all-suite rooms. From top to bottom, it has that fresh, modern feel you expect from a brand new build, but you can also tell it's still working through a few operational growing pains as it settles in. Overall, it's a nice hotel with some strong positives. Big, suite-style rooms, convenient beach access, solid views from multiple areas of the property, but it also feels a lot like a hotel has been fit into a pretty tight footprint. between the smaller than expected pool, limited seating, and the layout of the property, it can feel a bit crowded when the hotel is busy. Because of that, if we came back to Gulf Shores, we would probably lean toward a property that sits directly on the beach with more open space and a larger pool area to really spread out and relax. Still, it's a solid option for a newer stay in the area, just one that depends on what kind of beach experience you're looking for. We want to thank you for watching this full review. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone planning a trip to Gulf Shores. It really helps us out and helps others find the content. Also, don't forget to check out the full Sweet Spots channel for more hotel tours, room reviews, and travel experiences from across the country. We've got a lot more coming your way. And as always, we'll catch you guys next time.